A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge in Allah from shaitan the wretched one. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the compassionate, the most merciful. ایسا کرے 17واں سپارہ جو ہے نا اس کا 10واں رکوع کھول لیں. سورہ حج 25 آیتیں ختم ہو کر 26ویں آیت. لو میں صفحہ بتاتا ہوں. ہمارا جو یہ 13 لائن والا قرآن ہے اس میں آپ پیج کھول لیں. بسم اللہ, اللہ نے کیجیے تو 467 467 آ گیا. ہاں رکوع کے شروع سے. وَإِذْ بَوَّأْنَا لِإِبْرَاهِيمَ مَكَانَ الْبَيْتِ أَلَّا تُشْرِكْ بِي شَيْئًا. اور جب ہم نے ابراہیم علیہ السلام کو بیت اللہ شریف کی جگہ ٹھیک کر کے دی کہ میرے ساتھ شرک نہ کریں کسی بھی چیز کو. اور وَطَهِّرْ بَيْتِيَ لِلطَّائِفِينَ وَالْقَائِمِينَ وَالرُّكَّعِ السُّجُودِ, اور میرا گھر پاک رکھیں طواف کرنے والوں کے لیے, کھڑے رہنے والوں کے لیے, اور رکوع سجدہ کرنے والوں کے لیے. وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ, اور لوگوں میں حج کا اعلان کر دیجیے, آئیں گے آپ کے پاس پیروں پر چل کر, پیدل چلتے ہوئے, اور ہر دبلی اونٹنی پر جو آئیں گی. یأتین من کل فج عمیق, دور دراز کے گہرے رستوں سے. لیشہدوا منافع لہم, تاکہ حاضری دیں اپنے نفع والی جگہوں پر. وَيَذْكُرُوا اسْمَ اللَّهِ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَّعْلُومَاتٍ عَلَى مَا رَزَقَهُم مِّن بَهِيمَةِ الْأَنْعَامِ, اور اللہ کا نام لیں معین دنوں میں اس بات پر کہ اللہ نے ان کو رزق کے لیے دیے 4 پیر والے پالتو جانور, چوپائے. فَكُلُوا مِنْهَا, لہذا ان جانوروں کا گوشت کھاؤ. وَأَطْعِمُوا الْبَائِسَ الْفَقِيرَ, اور مسکین اور تنگست محتاج کو بھی کھلاؤ. ثُمَّ لْيَقْضُوا تَفَثَهُمْ, پھر ان کو چاہیے کہ ختم کریں اور دور کریں اپنا میل کچیل. وَلْيُوفُوا نُذُورَهُمْ, اور اپنی منتیں پوری کریں. وَلْيَطَّوَّفُوا بِالْبَيْتِ الْعَتِيقِ, اور اس پرانے گھر کا چکر لگائیں. ذالک, یہ بات تو ہو گئی. وَمَن يُعَظِّمْ حُرُمَاتِ اللَّهِ فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ عِندَ رَبِّهِ, جو کوئی اللہ کی حرمتوں کی تعظیم کرے تو یہ اس کے لیے بہتر ہے اس کے رب کے پاس. وَأُحِلَّتْ لَكُمُ الْأَنْعَامُ إِلَّا مَا يُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ, تمہارے لیے چوپائے حلال کر دیے گئے ہیں مگر جو تمہارے اوپر تلاوت کیے گئے. فَاجْتَنِبُوا الرِّجْسَ مِنَ الْأَوْثَانِ وَاجْتَنِبُوا قَوْلَ الزُّورِ, سو اب بچتے رہو بتوں کی گندگی سے اور بچتے رہو جھوٹ بولنے سے. حنفاء للہ, اللہ کی طرف یکسو ہو کر رہو. غیر مشرکین بہ, اس کے ساتھ شرک نہ کرو. ومن یشرک باللہ فکأنما خر من السماء, جو کوئی اللہ کے ساتھ شرک کرے وہ ایسا ہے جیسے آسمان سے گر پڑا. فتخطفه الطیر, سو اس کو پرندے اچک کر لے گئی. او تہوی بہ الریح فی مکان سحیق, یا اس کو ہوا نے جا کر اڑا ڈالا کسی دور جگہ میں. ذالک ومن يعظم شعائر اللہ فإنها من تقوى القلوب, یہ بات تو تم سن چکے. یاد رکھو جو کوئی اللہ کا نام لگی ہوئی چیزوں کی تعظیم کرے, یعنی جو اللہ کی کہلاتی ہیں, جو اللہ کے سمبلز ہیں, اسپیشلی کریکٹر ہیں اللہ کے ساتھ, اس کا رسپیکٹ کرے, تو یہ اس کے دلی تقوی کی بات ہے, یعنی اس کے دل میں پرہیزگاری ہے, تقوی ہے, اس لیے وہ اللہ کی چیزوں کی تعظیم کرتا ہے. یاد رکھو لکم فیہا منافع, ان میں تمہارے لیے نفع ہے. الی اجل مسمى, ایک مقررہ وقت تک, وعدہ تک. ثم محلها الی البیت العتیق, پھر ان کو پہنچانے کی جگہ پرانا گھر ہے. یہ اس کے اپنے حج سے متعلق کچھ آیات ہیں. These آیات are related to the topic of Hajj, and we have been talking about the topic of Hajj since last week. Alhamdulillah, we talked about Ihram. Safwan reminded me that we missed out about the Ihram of ladies. I think I did touch a little bit about Ihram of ladies, that ladies don't have to wear any sheath like men. They can wear their normal clothing. They have to cover themselves from head to toe. And with regards to the face, the fuqaha say that try and cover it in such a way that the clothing does not touch the niqab does not touch the face, or if you can't cover it, if you can't find the courage to cover your face, then at least lower your face, look down, lower your gaze. Don't, spread your chest out and go out in the midst of the crowd. And if someone passes by, then look towards the other side. This is also some form of covering yourself so that nobody else looks at you and feels attracted to you. So in the state of ihram, the ladies must preserve their modesty, chastity as much as they can. They have to cover themselves. And I mentioned that they are allowed to wear gloves, they are allowed to wear socks, they are allowed to wear sweater, jumper, anything. And however, men are not allowed to wear gloves, socks, jumper, sweater. They have to wear normal chadar of ihram, sheets of ihram. This, we talked about ihram. We talked about how to start ihram, how we get to Haram Sharif. When we enter Haram Sharif, we have to make dua. Oh Allah, this is your haram. Protect me. Make my body haram upon Jahannam. Give me the tawfiq to do ihtiram and respect of Haram Sharif. And accept all my du'as which I make over here. We enter Haram Sharif, make dua when we look at Kaaba Sharif. Allah Pak accepts du'as when your eyes fall on the Kaaba. And then we start tawaf. And we reached upon tawaf, and that's where I think we finished. That we do 7 rounds of tawaf. And during tawaf, we have to take the ihram sheet from beneath our right arm and take it on the left shoulder and keep this right shoulder open and walk in a brisk manner while moving the shoulder. This is called like a soldier's walk who is doing his parade. And this is sunnah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did this. Sahabas did this. This is sunnah for the first 3 rounds. And for the other 4 rounds, you have to walk normally with your hands lowered down. This is called ramal. You do this ramal, and in this manner you perform tawaf. During tawaf, make du'as as much as you can. And do not engage into unnecessary conversation. Keep your heart attached to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while you are performing the tawaf. And do as many du'as as you can. You will see people shouting, screaming, and groups of people, and people's attention is diverted towards them. Don't do that. The main aim of dua is connecting the heart to Allah and then asking Allah for all the needs of this dunya and of akhirah. So if you say dua in parrot fashion and your heart and mind is not with Allah, there's no point in there. So this is the normal state. This is what happens normally. Maybe I mentioned the story of Mullah Ali Qari Rahmatullah mentioned about that saint who performed his tawaf, and he went to Multazam and he saw this person holding on to the door of Kaaba, the ghilaf of Kaaba, and crying and screaming, and everybody's attention is towards that person. The saintly person says, I focused on his heart and I could see that it was not attached to Allah for even a single minute. And he was wandering around. He was only screaming in a parrot fashion. And then the saint says, I was deeply disturbed. However, I left Haram Sharif and I went outside, and I saw this person in the market who made a transaction of maybe thousands. But even in that transaction, he was not afflicted by neglect and ghaflat for one single moment. His heart was completely attached to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was busy in his dhikr, his heart was doing his dhikr, and he was busy. That is why Hazrat Junaid Baghdadi rahmatullahi alayhi, a very buzurg saint of a very high caliber, he once said that there are some people who sit in the masjid and show themselves to be very pious, whereas they deserve to be driven out to the markets outside the masjid. And there are people in the markets who are busy in their trade and commerce. However, their wazifa of every day, daily wazifa is 30,000 tasbihat and 300 rakat nafil salah. Rawi says Junaid Baghdadi was indicating towards himself. that even though they earn their livelihood in a halal way, but they are at the same time their heart is attached to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is what is needed, that our heart all the time is focused upon Allah, and we pray to Allah, we humble ourselves to Allah. So we need to develop that feeling inside the heart. Now if you start screaming and copying other people, looking around what they are doing, then you can't focus. So do your tawaf in a cool manner and just keep your heart attached to Allah. If you can keep tasbih in your hand, then keep reading tasbih. Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Third kalma, fourth kalma, astaghfar, Durud Sharif, and whatever you can. And when you come between Rukn Yamani and Hajar Aswad, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina azaban nar. In this manner, your tawaf finishes. Then you come to Multazam. Multazam is that part between Hajar Aswad and the door of Kaaba. Let's say this square is Kaabatullah Sharif. So Hajar Aswad is over here on this left corner. And from there, here is Kaabatullah Sharif's door. So this area is called Multazam. Multazam means place of iltizam, where you go and stick yourself. Chipakne ki jagah, jahan apne aap ko aap laga de. Rasul Pak sallallahu alayhi wasallam came and he held on to it, because the door of Kaaba is approximately a human's height, about 6-7 feet high. So he held on to the door, gateway of the door of Kaaba, and he touched his cheek and his chest through the wall of Kaaba, and he cried and he prayed and he prayed, and he kept on praying over there. Over here, du'as are accepted. This is one of the places where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts the du'as. Hazrat Maulana Khalil Ahmad Sahranpuri rahmatullah alayhi says, when I came for my last Hajj 1346, this is 1926, Hazrat says, I made 3 du'as. And one du'a was that I was writing Bazlul Majhood's commentary on Abu Dawud Sharif. So I made dua, Allah, I'm weak, I'm old, I want to complete my commentary of Abu Dawud. Please help me to complete it. Alhamdulillah, Allah accepted my dua, and the sharah and commentary was completed. Second dua I made was that, oh Allah, the road between Makkah and Medina is full of fear. It's full of highway robbery, bandits and dakus. So please create some peace and aman. Because at that time there was the uproar and taking place. The government was being toppled and things were taking place. So there was lawlessness and chaos and disorder. So I made dua that, oh Allah, the Hujjaj are here and they need to travel between Makkah and Medina, and we don't want them to suffer these consequences of this condition. So please make aman and peace between the roads of Makkah and Medina. Alhamdulillah, Allah accepted my dua, and the roads were. And the third dua I think Hazrat made was forgiveness. Oh Allah, forgive me my mistakes and pardon me. Do make me make my maghfirat. Inshallah, Allah will do that as well. So these are our mashayikh who go over there. Multazam is a place where du'as are accepted. Once during Ramadan, at night time, when the haram is a bit quiet, not too much rush, I was in Ramadan, I was with Hazrat, and I thought, let me go for tawaf, and I went for tawaf. After finishing my tawaf, I saw that my Hazrat was at Multazam, Hazrat Maulana Yusuf Motala sahab, and he was, because there was some crowd and he could not get onto the door of Kaaba, Hazrat was there behind the crowd and he was making dua, and I also joined in Hazrat's dua. And what dua was making Hazrat was making? The dua we read in namaz, Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi zulman kaseeran wa la yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta faghfir li maghfiratan min indika warhamni innaka antal ghafurur rahim. Very simple dua, but very, very powerful dua. Dua of maghfirat. Oh Allah, I have wronged myself. I have done lots of zulm upon myself. And there is none who can forgive my sins except you. So forgive me with a special forgiveness from yourself and have mercy upon me. Verily it is you and only you who is the most merciful and the most forgiving. So this dua over there, Hazrat, along with other du'as as well. But when I heard this dua from Hazrat, I thought that, we sometimes think that we have to make some lengthy and special and flashy du'as. No, simple du'as. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً رَبِّي إِنِّي ظَلَمْتُ نَفْسِي فَاغْفِرْ لِي رَبَّنَا اغْفِرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيَّ وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَوْمَ يَقُومُ الْحِسَابُ. And whatever du'as we know, Rabbana, and make those du'as. So multazam, you come to multazam, you make your dua, and then after you are satisfied, you move from there back to Maqam Ibrahim, and behind Maqam Ibrahim, pray 2 rakat namaz. And in those 2 rakat namaz, read Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun and Qul Huwallah. Small surat, small namaz. And after that namaz, make dua there as well. And because behind Maqam Ibrahim, dua is also accepted. These 2 rakat are called Tahiyyatul Tawaf. According to the Hanafi madhab, Tahiyyatul Tawaf is wajib. And according to the other madhahib, it's not wajib, it's sunnah. So pray these 2 rakat Tahiyyatul Tawaf behind Maqam Ibrahim if you can. If not, anywhere in the Mataf. If not, anywhere in the Haram Sharif, you can pray these 2 rakats. You don't have to pray them exactly behind Maqam Ibrahim. Anywhere will do. After praying 2 rakat, make du'as. After du'as, go to Zamzam and drink Zamzam if you can. Before, there was the well of Zamzam. Now they've covered it all up. There are taps at the back. So drink Zamzam as much as you can. And after drinking Zamzam, when you are drinking Zamzam, try and drink as much as you can. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got hold of the bucket and he was standing up and he drank from the bucket to his fill. And he said, drink Zamzam to your fill. Because munafiqeen and hypocrites don't drink Zamzam to their fill. So if you have Iman and you don't have nifaq and hypocrisy, drink as much as you can. And to the extent that your ribs start to stretch out. He said, يَتَضَلَّعُونَ. He used the word يَتَضَلَّعُونَ. That your ribs also stretch out. Fill your belly with Zamzam, drink as much as you can. So drink as many glasses as you can. So, but you have to remember that if you might feel the need to pass water, so be a little bit careful about that because you still have to do sa'i, which will take about an hour or something. However, you don't need wudu during sa'i. You can go pass water and come back and continue with your sa'i as well. So anyway, drink Zamzam as much as you can. And at that time, dua is also accepted. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said,
sa'i ke dauran mein agar aapka wudu tood gaya, so you don't have to do. Continue sa'i.
तवाफ में वुजू वाजिब है, सही में वुजू वाजिब नहीं है, सुन्नत है, मसनून है, चाहे रखें तो न रखें तो कोई हरज नहीं. So during drinking Zamzam, after Zamzam, before Zamzam, dua is accepted. Masnoon dua, or which we have heard from our mashayikh, is Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa amalan saliha wa rizqan halalan tayyiban wasi'a wa shifa'an min kulli da. This is sunnat dua. Make this dua and other duas as well. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, Ma'u Zamzam lima shuriba lahu. Zamzam's water is for anything for which it is intended. With any intention you drink, your intention will be fulfilled. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Innaha ta'amu tu'min wa shifa'u suqmin. It will fill the stomach of a person who drinks it with the intention of eating. And it is a cure for sickness and ailments as well. Namaz baat karni. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rasul Pak sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Ma'u Zamzam lima shuriba lahu. Zamzam benefits for the reason for which it is drunk. This is the normal dua which we read. There have been akabir who made different duas at the time of dua, drinking Zamzam. Hakim Abu Abdullah Naysaburi made dua that, Oh Allah, I am drinking Zamzam for husn tasnif, for writing good books. Allah accepted his dua and he was a very good musannif. Ibn Khuzaymah drank it for hadith and understanding of hadith, and Allah gave him a very good understanding in the field of hadith. Hafiz ibn Hajar rahmatullahi alayhi, he drank it with the intention of reaching the high rank in hadith like Shamsuddin Zahabi rahmatullahi alayhi. And Shamsuddin Zahabi was before him, and he was a master and an imam in Asma'ul Rijal. He is an authority even today. When Zahabi says something, that is final. So he said, I want to be like Zahabi. And he wrote books, and mashallah, there came a time when he said, Alhamdulillah, Allah gave me knowledge like Zahabi, maybe more than Zahabi. My Ustaz Shaykh Yunus said that maybe in Wus'ati Ittila', meaning a vastness of knowledge, he might have gone ahead of Zahabi, but in Istiqlali Shan, being an authority, he is yet to get to the rank of Zahabi. Anyhow, they made these du'as when drinking Zamzam. Abdullah ibn Mubarak rahmatullahi came upon Zamzam and he said, Allahumma inna ibn bil mawali haddathana an Muhammad ibn Munkadir an Jabir ibn Abdullah radiyallahu anhu أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ماء زمزم لما شرب له وإني أشربه لعطش يوم القيامة. That we have read this hadith and I am drinking it to quench my thirst of the day of Qiyamah. So Allah, please don't make me bear the thirst on the day of Qiyamah. Ibn al-Humam rahmatullahi alayhi, a great Hanafi scholar, he drank Zamzam and he made dua, Allahumma inni ashrabuhu lil wafati lil istiqamati wal wafati ala haqiqati al-Islam. That I be given steadfastness and I die with the reality of Iman and Islam while understanding, realizing. And Ibn Umar was a great Musannif, he wrote in Fiqh and in Aqaid as well. So he was in both fields, he was authority and very good writer. So these were the reasons for which our Aimma, they used to drink the water of Zamzam. We go there, we drink Zamzam, we must make dua, oh Allah, I'm a sinful person, I don't know how to make duas. Give me all those good things which your beloved Prophet asked from you and protect me from all those evils from which he sought your protection. And also, oh Allah, accept all the duas which I make throughout my journey. And inshallah, Allah will accept. Sometimes you forget what to ask and you make that dua, Allah will accept all your duas throughout the journey. So, this is the manner of making. If you have any personal need, you can make dua at that time, Allah will accept. I have read the story of this lady who had developed cancer and she was going through the treatment, but she felt this urge within her that I want to go for Umrah. She said to the family, take me for Umrah. They said, no, you can't, no, I want to go for Umrah. And they somehow took her for Umrah. And over there, she did perform tawaf. And when drinking Zamzam, with such sincerity and utmost honesty and deep concentration, she made dua. And she drank and drank to her fill. And while she was there, she kept drinking Zamzam as much as she could. And every time making dua for Shifa. And Allah gave her Shifa. Allah cured her from that cancer. So if you have that yaqeen and that firm conviction, do your ilaj, do your chemotherapy or whatever you have to do, keep it or continue it. Don't stop that. But at the same time, Zamzam will help you. Today, I've just been to one janazah after Salatul Maghrib. Hafiz Ismail Saab, who used to teach here, Hafiz Ismail Budania, he used to teach here a few years back. He has been severely ill for the past few weeks maybe. And he had left Darul many years ago because of his ill health. On Wednesday, until Tuesday, Wednesday, he was in hospital, but he was talking, eating with everybody. But Wednesday, he vomited and then he went quiet. After that, he went into a state of like coma. And the doctor said he's only going to live for a few hours. But he survived Wednesday, Thursday, and he passed away today before Jummah Salat. I received a text before Jummah that Hafiz Ismail Sahab has passed away. And I remember Hafiz Ismail Sahab, even in Bolton, he used to drink nothing but Zamzam. My father had this shop before, and we used to sell Zamzam, one drum of 20 pounds. And every time, me or my brother, we would have to go to his house and deliver the Zamzam. Before one finishes, he would phone for another one and another one. And he would not drink the tap water, he would drink Zamzam all the time.
How long you keep the Zamzam pani?
As long as you can. No problem, there is no time limit for it. As long as it doesn't go off, as long as it's okay, you can drink it. There is no harm. So, he used to drink Zamzam all the time. And Alhamdulillah, before he went into the coma, he was engaged in zikr. And even in that state when he was unconscious, and he, breathing was heavy, even in that state he would say Allah, 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 and he went from this dunya with the zikr of Allah on Friday. So if you have this love for Allah, if you have this belief, Allah will, Allah Pak nawazing, Allah will give you inshallah. So anyhow, drink Zamzam as much as you can because it is a very blessed water. And when you come, bring some Zamzam with you as well. It is sunnah. Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha says Rasulullah himself took Zamzam with him from Makkah to Medina Munawwara. And in one instance, one Sahabi went for Umrah, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, bring me some Zamzam from there. So the Sahabi performed his Umrah and he rushed. He filled a vessel and he was rushing with that water. Someone asked him, where are you going? He said, Rasulullah told me to bring Zamzam for him, so I am preparing this so I can take it for him. So it is sunnah to bring Zamzam. This is you have drunk Zamzam, and now you are moving on for your completion of your Umrah. You have done your Tawaf, you have done your 2 rakat Tahiyatul Tawaf, you have been to Multazam, you have drank Zamzam, now you are going on Safa. Before you get out of the Mataf, Mataf is that area in which Tawaf is done, around Kaaba Sharif. It's that marble area. When you get out, you have to climb some steps, and then you go up into the Turkish Haram, and then Zamzam. And then to Safa. So before you get out of the Mataf and you proceed for Safa, come back near Hajar Yaswad and do Istilam of Hajar Yaswad. Istilam means if you can kiss it, okay. If you can't, then from a distance point towards it, kiss your hands and then move forward. So your Istilam of Hajar Yaswad will be 9 times altogether. 7 times for the rounds. The 8th one, when you finished, before you went Multazam and you did your Tawaf, Tahiyyatul Tawaf 2 rakat. And the 9th one will be when you get out of Mataf and you proceed for Safa. When you get to Safa, keep reciting Kalma La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. And Labbaik as well. Labbaik is stopped now. Labbaik is stopped when you start your Tawaf. So recite La ilaha illallah. And inna safa wal marwata min sha'airillah faman hajja al-bayta bi'tamara fala junaha alayhi yatawafu bihima wa man tatawwa khayran fa inna Allah shakirun alim. If you can recite that, or just recite La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Rasulullah was climbing on Safa and he was saying La ilaha illallah wahdahu nasara abdahu wa azza jundahu wa hazama al-ahzaba wahdahu. That he was saying this dua, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assisted his servant and supported his army, and he defeated the groups by himself alone. This was after Fath Makkah. When he was performing the Umrah, he was reciting this dua. If you remember this, you can recite that. When you climb on Safa, then you go to a place where you can see Kaaba if you can. If you can't, then just facing towards Kaaba, because you will notice there are too many pillars in between. You can only see from a distance, from a little bit of glance of Kaabatullah Sharif. If you can, okay. If you can't, otherwise just go on Safa and make dua. Stand there for a few minutes and make dua, because on Safa and Marwa, on both places, duas are accepted. So make some duas. Just raise your hands and busy yourself in dua. After Birahmatika Ya Rahman Rahim, just start your sa'i. Now over here you don't have to stretch your hands out and kiss them like you used to do at Hajar Yaswad beginning Tawaf. Some Dr. Saab was mentioning, many people make this mistake that they do this istilam on Safa Marwa as well. There is no istilam, only dua at Safa Marwa. So make your dua and then Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Oh Allah, I am starting with what you started Safa, and please accept my sa'i and make it easy for me. And start your Safa. When you come, this is Safa over here and this is Marwa. And there is quite a long walk between them. Come down from that hill. And as you come down, you will come between 2 green lights. In between the green lights, men have to run and women have to walk normally. And when you get to the second green light, you have to walk normally. If there are ladies with you, you want to stop and wait for them, no problem, wait for them and then continue with them up till Marwa. In between Safa Marwa, engage yourself in dua. In between the 2 green lights, Rabbi ighfir warham wa'fu wa takarram وَتَجَاوَزْ عَمَّا تَعْلَمْ إِنَّكَ تَعْلَمُ مَا لَا نَعْلَمْ. People will be reciting this dua. You can recite that with them. If you can't remember that dua, just رَبِّ اغْفِرْ وَارْحَمْ وَتَجَاوَزْ عَمَّا تَعْلَمْ would be enough. Or and رَبِّ اغْفِرْ وَارْحَمْ would be enough as well. رَبِّ اغْفِرْ وَارْحَمْ وَأَنْتَ خَيْرُ الرَّاحِمِينَ would be enough as well. This is the dua to be recited in between. When you get from Safa to Marwa, your 1 round is finished. And then over there, when you get to Marwa, you climb on the hill of Marwa and face Kaaba Sharif and make dua as much as you can. Take some rest, deep breath, and after making dua, come back down and start your second chakra. When you get back to Safa, then your second round is completed. When you go back to Marwa, 3, Safa, 4, 5, 6, 7th round will finish on Marwa. Now, some people by mistake think that you have to go to Marwa and come back to Safa, and that is one round. When we went for Hajj, we explained everything, and then we went for Tawaf and Sa'i. But because of the crowd, people get separated. So this couple, they got separated. Now the husband did his Tawaf, Sa'i and everything. He came back home, but the wife had not arrived yet. And he was really in a state of panic. And she did not come. Even the day passed on, and later in the evening, after quite some time, she came and she was totally exhausted, drained out. And she just came in the lobby and fell on the sofa. And her husband rushed. What happened? Oh, they started quarreling. And then she said, I went Safa Marwa, I couldn't find you. And I went Marwa and came back, and Marwa and came back. I did 14 rounds. So Maulana Bilal Sahib said, who told you to do 14 rounds? It was 7 rounds, not 14 rounds. You've done 14 rounds. 7 rounds in itself is tiring. It takes 45 minutes to 1 hour. And she went round 14 hours just because of her ignorance, because she didn't know. She won't get Safa for those extra 7 rounds she made. So you have to remember this. From Safa to Marwa is 1 round, back to Safa is 2 rounds. And in this way, you will finish your Sa'i on Marwa. After Marwa, if you have wudu, perform 2 rakat nafil namaz. It's mustahab. It's not faraz, not sunnah, not wajib, not sunnah, mustahab. If you're too tired, if you don't have wudu, you can't pray 2 rakat, no problem. Now, all you have to do is, men have, if they want to shave their head, shave, or otherwise trim, then they have to trim from the whole head, or at least 1/4, equivalent to 1 round, circling the round finger. Ladies, they have to get their hair together, and after getting them together, put them around their hand once like this, and then chop it off like this from the end. This is the amount, the one which encircles their finger. This amount of hair they have to cut. And then ladies are halal. However, ladies should remember, they should not open their hair up in front of people over there. They should come home, wait, and over here they have to cut it. If one lady can cut the hair of the other person, or you can cut yourself as well. The lady herself can cut her hair as well. Because it is a time of cutting the hair. Everything is complete besides the cutting of the hair. So anybody can do it. For the men, the hajjam, you can go to the halaq, barber, he can do it for you. Or if one haji wants to do for another one and he wants to do it for him, both exchange one another, it's alright. Because you have finished all your rituals, or only thing that's left is your shaving, so anybody can shave for you, and anybody can do it. You can do it yourself as well if you want to, there's no harm in there. So this is the time of that, and in this way, your Umrah is finished. Now, you are halal, have a shower, wash yourself, wear some nice clothes, and stay in Makkah Mukarramah. While you are in Makkah Mukarramah, maybe you might have 4, 5, 6, 7 days left before going for Hajj. Normally, because flights over here these days, the last flight is going on the 21st of November, and Hajj is on maybe 25th or 26th of November. So you will have 5, 6 days, even if you're going on the last flight. During this stay, relax and save your energy for Hajj. However, if you have much time, maybe 2 weeks, 10 days, and you want to do some extra umrahs, tawafs, then you can do so. If you want to do umrah, all you have to do is put your ihram on, go to Masjid Aisha, and pray 2 rakat tahiyatul umrah over there, and after that umrah salat, come back, do tawaf and sa'i and cutting of the hair, and your umrah is done. So you can do umrah for any isale sawab of anyone, for your parents, for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for anybody else if you want to do so. And tawaf, if you can do tawaf, do abundance of tawaf, as many as you can. And maybe some ulama say that abundance of tawaf is better than umrah, because umrah takes at least 3-4 hours, going to Masjid Aisha in bus or taxi, coming back, and then tawaf, and then sa'i. So it takes quite much time. And in that time, 3-4 hours, maybe you can do 5-6 tawafs. So it's better if you do lots of tawafs during your stay over there. And there are many, and you have to remember that tawaf is such an ibadat that you can only do in Makkah Mukarramah, nowhere else in the world. You can pray namaz, tilawat, tasbih, zikr, fikr everywhere in the world. But in Makkah, tawaf you can only do in Makkah. So do as many as you can. There are some, Hazrat Kurz ibn Jabir radiallahu anhu, as a Shaykh narrates regarding him. He was a saintly person. He used to stay in Makkah Mukarramah. And he used to perform 70 tawaf during the day and 70 tawaf during the night. One tawaf consists of 7 rounds. 7 sevens 49. So 490 rounds during the day, 490 rounds during the night. And after every tawaf, he would pray 2 rakat tahiyatul tawaf. So 70 tawaf, 140. 140 tawafs and 2 rakats for every tawaf. If you multiply 140 by 2, how much would that be? 280. So 280 rakat nafil namaz throughout the day and night, 24 hours, and so much tawaf. He has so much love for tawaf. So do as many tawafs as you can. During tawaf, every step you take, guna is wiped out, neki is rank is raised. So it's better for you the more tawaf you do. So, Dr. Sahib reminded the masla that there are some people on Marwa who have scissors in their hands and they say, shall I cut your hair for you? And they just trim a little bit. So according to the Hanafi madhab, this trimming is not allowed and it won't make the person halal. You have to either shave the whole head or trim the hair of the whole head. And that trimming should be more than one क्या कहते हैं इसको fingertip?
One thimble.
Thimble. One thimble. Okay, it must be, your hair must be more than that, the amount of hair you trim.
1 millimeter.
1 millimeter कह लीजिए. 1 centimeter होगा ना?
Not millimeter, very
Inch.
inch.
1 inch हो जाएगा. 1 inch, whatever it is. Anyway, this much amount. Or ladies, Asif asked that, can husband cut the hair of the wife? Yes, of course. Any mahram can cut the hair of the wife. Ladies among themselves, they can cut one another's as well. Husband can cut as well. Because as I said, it's a time of cutting, trimming, so you can trim at that time.
This vanity, a lot of people prefer just to go for khasara. I have no problem with them. But Prophet ﷺ has made dua 3 times for Muslims. Just once for. So we must really.
There is great reward for halaq, shaving. So it's better to shave the head. More reward for it. Dr. Sahib is reminding that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made dua, Allahumma ghfir lil muhalliqeen. Allah, forgive all those who have shaved their heads. And the Sahaba said, walil muqassirin ya Rasulullah. And for those who trimmed as well. And he said, Allahumma ghfir lil muhalliqeen. Sahaba said, walil muqassirin ya Rasulullah. And again he said, Allahumma ghfir lil muhalliqeen. Sahaba said, walil muqassirin ya Rasulullah. Upon the 4th time he said, walil muqassirin. He wanted to show that why he was asked. And he replied, Ama innahum lam yashukku. They felt no doubt in fulfilling the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why I made dua 3 times for those who shaved. However, one thing, because we are talking about Hajj tamattu, and this person is in his Umrah, and he still have to go for Hajj, and after that he has to shave again. So that's why I am not mentioning shaving over here, because at this instance, if you trim your hair and leave some hair, is better. Like I have Zulfa, so normally what I do is, I after Umrah, I tell the barber to trim them half of it. And then after Hajj, I shave it all together. This is because during the Hajj, I want to keep some hair when I am going. Rasulullah said, Al-Hajj wa Sha'ith tafil. The complete Haji is he whose hair is disheveled and who has little bit of dust and ghubar and gard on his ihram, and who has that. So this is why I want to keep some hair. That's why Rasulullah also told the Sahabas to do qasr after Umrah, and then after Hajj they perform their halaq. But remember that qasr is also of the whole head, not just take a few hair like ladies. Ladies are allowed to do that because they are not allowed to shave. And ladies are not allowed to trim the whole head. All they have to do is gather the whole hair at the back and then encircle one and then cut it like we mentioned. So this is for ladies. For men, they have to trim the whole head. After you finished your Umrah and you are staying, perform tawaf in abundance. Also, while in Makkah Mukarramah, make sure you pray your 5 daily namaz with Jama'at in Haram Sharif. Because one namaz of Haram Sharif is so valuable that it's equivalent to 100,000. Its sawab is multiplied by 100,000 times. And you have to remember that not only this sawab, when you go to Haram Sharif for Salat, there are so many Qutub and Abdal and Awliyaullah and Ahlullah. Millions of people over there. And Allah Pak is going to accept their Salat. If you are also included with them, Allah will take you, accept your Salat as well. He will reward you due to their barakat as well. So you have to keep that in mind and make sure you pray all your Salat in Haram Sharif with Jama'at and never miss any Salat with Jama'at. Also, extra Nawafil if you can pray as well. Pray some Tahajjud Salat. At Tahajjud time, go perform Tawaf and read a bit of Tahajjud. And after Fajr, come back home, have some tea and then rest if you want to. At Zawal time, before Zawal, Chash time, 11 o'clock, 11:30, go early to Haram Sharif. You can perform Tawaf, do one Tawaf and then read Chash Namaz, Salatul Duha and then wait for Zohar. And after Zohar, come back home and have your lunch and then have some rest and then go for Asr Salat. And after Asr, read a little bit of Quran and then come back before Maghrib. Before Maghrib, do your istinja wuzu and go with the intention of staying in Haram with i'tikaf until Isha. And so between Maghrib and Isha, do i'tikaf in Haram Sharif. Normally with Shaykh Yunus Sahib Damat Barakatuhum, Shaykh prays before Maghrib, 1 hour before Maghrib, Shaykh goes to Haram Sharif. And inside Haram Sharif, goes to a nice place in Mataf if you can. If not in Mataf, then anywhere in you have to remember, the more closer you are to Kaaba, the better for you. So don't stay far away into the open areas outside the surroundings of Haram Sharif. Go inside. Go as close to Kaaba as you can. And the more closer, the better for you. The more mercy and rahmat you will take from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Shaykh normally goes there and after Maghrib, he keeps on reciting Quran and reciting until Isha. And after Isha, he prays lengthy nawafil. Even after Maghrib, he prays awabin and lengthy nawafil. After Isha, lengthy nawafil. When the whole haram is nearly empty, then Shaykh gets up and comes back to the hotel. So if you can follow in this routine, then it's better for you. Pray your 5-time namaz. Make wusuli of this time you have over there. Don't waste your time in shopping. Remember that you can only bring 20 kilos, not more than that. And in that 20 kilos, you have to bring your kajur and dates as well, and zamzam as well. So why accumulate and gather unnecessary weight, and then you have to burden yourself? You get everything over here. Or the only difference is maybe a little bit of price is cheaper over there, expensive over here. But why waste your time? If you need some shopping, what I normally do is make a list and just go out there and whatever is in the list, buy that. Don't buy anything unnecessary. And this is what I used to do before. But now what I normally do is, if there are some youngsters within the group, I just give them the list and the money. That I need so many jubbas, 5 jubbas for my kids, this and that. Please can you all go and get it for me. So I don't have to roam around and waste time. This is better for me. And busy as well because of the Hujjaj coming up for masail and questions and asking. So I have to stay in the hotel. So this is easier if you can get someone to do your, help you out with that. Easier. Otherwise, just go minimum time, just do a little bit of shopping and then spend your maximum time in Haram Sharif. This is better for you. You will get the barakat over it. And also read one Quran khatam if you can in Makkah and one khatm Quran in Medina Munawwara. Shaykh Yunus Sahib normally says this, that make one khatam in Makkah, make your, how many days I am here, if I read so many siparas every day, I will make one khatam inshallah. So go according to that set routine and try and do one khatm Quran in Makkah and one khatm Quran in Medina Munawwara. These are the things to do, and you have to remember that while you are in Makkah, just as the sawab increases, gunah also increases. So don't sin while in Makkah. Lying, cheating, backbiting, quarreling, arguing, fighting, and stealing, and all these things are gunah. Evil gaze and listening to unlawful things. Don't do these types of things. If you smoke, then try and quit smoking during your Hajj. And while you are in Makkah Mukarramah, while you are in the state of Ihram, avoid smoking. You can control yourself if you want to. We have heard of people who went to Makkah Mukarramah and they quit altogether. We had one Ghulam Bhai who used to do plumbing over here, and he went for Umrah. He was a chain smoker. But as soon as he arrived at the Jeddah and he was in Ihram, he said, "Oh, I'm in Ihram, I've come to the house of Allah. What good is this smoking?" And he immediately broke all the cigarette packets, threw them in the bin, threw the lighter in the bin, and said, "I'm not going to smoke, I'm going to give up from now." And from then on, for a few days, he was really disturbed because of his habit. But Alhamdulillah, after that, he was relaxed. And throughout his whole journey, he was easy, and he came back, and mashallah, he gave it up for life. So try and quit smoking if you can, and try and avoid these things. Someone asked me one masla that Maulana Sahab, if you use ether and perfume, you have to give dam. So when you smoke, all the smell goes in your ihram as well. So do you have to give dam for smoking as well? I said, no, you don't have to give dam for smoking. Because it's not fragrance, you are not benefiting from it. It's something bad if the smoke goes in your ihram. So dam won't be upon you, but however you have to avoid it. He said, "Oh, thank you, Maulana Sahab. If you would have told me I would have done, maybe I might have quit." Dam means sacrificing one goat. There are some things which you do, some mistakes which you make, some jinayat, then you have to give one dam. If you miss any wajibat out, some wajib like you miss sa'i, or you miss most of the chakkars of tawaf, or some rounds of tawaf, and for these, or if you apply perfume on yourself during ihram, then you have to give dam for that. This is sacrificing one small animal, a sheep or a goat, which costs about 300-400 riyals, Saudi riyals. So this is what necessitates dam. We haven't even gone into that. We're just focusing on your tartib of Hajj. Now you are staying there, alhamdulillah, you are having good time. During your stay over there, go for ziyarat if you can. Ziyarat of Ghar Hira, Ghar Thawr, and also Masjid Jinn, Jannatul Ma'ala, the Qabristan, Mawlidun Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the birthplace of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. There's a library over there, and they take you around and they just pass by in your bus. So if you can do these ziyarat, do so. If you want to climb on Ghar Hira, then the journey of Hajj is not a good time. Maybe the journey of Umrah some other time would be better. In the wintry days when it's a bit cool, and then you go up there, that might be easier for you. But during Hajj, you have to preserve your energy for your Hajj. Because if you fall ill or something happens to you, if you fall down, get injured, break your leg or something, then your Hajj for which you went, Ghar Hira is not something farz or anything, but this Hajj is farz upon you. So make sure you take care of yourself, don't run out too much, don't exhaust yourself, and be ready for Hajj. Now the Hajj time has come. We will go into the 5 daily routines of Hajj. Hajj has 5 days, and those 5 days you have to spend in the best possible manner you can. This year, maybe Hajj is going to fall on Wednesday or Thursday, because it's 25th or 26th November is Arafah, 26th, 27th is Yawmun Nahr, Eid Day. So if Arafah is 25th, then we have 24th is Yawmut Tarbiyah. The 8th of Zulhijjah is called Yawmut Tarbiyah. The 9th of Zulhijjah is called Yawm Arafah. The 10th of Zulhijjah is called Yawmun Nahr. And the 11th, 12th and 13th of Zulhijjah are called Ayyamut Tashriq. So these are the names. Yawmut Tarbiyah, some have said that Tarbiyah is from Rawa Yurawi Tarbiyatan, from Ra'ayara Ruyatan, which means to think. It means to see as well and to think as well. So Ibrahim alayhi salam saw the dream of sacrificing Ismail alayhi salam. He thought, what is this dream? He saw it on this day. It's called Yawmut Tarbiyah. Yawm Arafah is from Ma'rifat, which means to realize, to recognize. So he saw the dream for a second time, and he realized that this is from something from Allah. So it's called Yawm Arafah. And then Yawmun Nahr. Nahr means sacrifice. This was the day when he went to sacrifice Ismail alayhi salam, so it's called Yawmun Nahr. And Ayyamut Tashriq are those days in which the nights are shiny, because full moon is on the 14th, and before that is 13, 12 and 11. So even on those nights, the whole area is shining because of the moonlight. So the Tashriq, Shuruq means light, illumination and shiny. So because of the nights, the days are also named as Yawmut Tashriq and Ayyamut Tashriq. So these are 5 days. So Yawmut Tarwiyah, the 8th of Zulhijjah, what you have to do is, you have to go to Mina and pray 5 namaz over there, 5 salat. There is no special ibadat on the Yawmut Tarwiyah, which will be, let's say for example, on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, your group leader will tell you that we have to go, it is sunnah to go after Fajr, but because of the circumstances and because of the preparations and everything, normally group leaders take you after Isha on Tuesday night. So Tuesday you will be told that you have to go Tuesday night after Isha, you must be ready. Pack your belongings, take a small handbag, sleeping bag, your possessions, medicines, food, water, because sometimes you need water in Muzdalifah. Now they have made quite easy, but before there used to be what you call very less water, and people used to struggle to find some water for istinja, wuzu, for drinking as well. So if you can take a small vessel or maybe a small dabba, okay, and whatever you have, some little bit of food, naan, khatai, biscuit, chips, crisps, something like that, keep that with you. You might get hungry and your journeys might prolong and you feel hungry, so you must have something to eat to keep yourself busy during that time. Anyway, you are going after Isha Salat, you have to go. So before that you have to put your ihram for Hajj on. If you are mufrid or qarin, you will be in your ihram already. But if you are mutamatti' and you became halal after your umrah, you're wearing your clothes, then you have to put your ihram on now. Now for this ihram, for ihram of Hajj, you don't need to go to Masjid Aisha. You can put that ihram on from your own hotel. So put the ihram on, and if you can go to Haram Sharif and pray 2 rakat Tahiyyatul Ihram over there, then go to Haram Sharif and pray 2 rakat Salat of Niyat of Ihram and make dua. Oh Allah, I am starting my Hajj. Please make my Hajj easy for me. Give me the tawfiq to do my Hajj according to the Sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and accept my Hajj as well. If you are performing Farz Hajj, make intention of Farz Hajj. Nafil Hajj, make intention of Nafil Hajj. If you are performing Hajj Badal on behalf of someone, then take the name of that person for whom you are doing Hajj. That I am doing Hajj for so and so person, so Allah accept it from me and give the sawab to that person who has passed away. So this is the intention you have to make. After that intention, you and make dua. You recite Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaik la sharika lak Labbaik, Innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulka la sharika lak. 3 times you recite Labbaik. If you want to recite more, you can do so, but minimum of 3 times, and your ihram has started. And after that, you come back to your hotel. You wait for the bus to come, and in there you have to go. Ladies ihram, as mentioned, if you can't go to Haram Sharif, you want to start. For example, you were late and the bus is here, and if you go to Haram Sharif, you will hold everyone back. Then don't go to Haram Sharif. Read your 2 rakat namaz in your hotel, in your room, and then go to the bus, join the bus, and go with them to Mina. If you are unable to put your ihram on from your hotel and in Makkah, and you put your ihram in Mina, there is no problem. It's allowed over there as well. Although sunnah is to put it on from Makkah before you go, but you can put your ihram on anywhere in Hudud Haram. And because Mina is also in Hudud Haram, you can put your ihram on in Mina as well. So you get to Mina, you stay there, you pray your 5 daily namaz, and during that day over there, busy yourself in zikrullah, remembrance of Allah, prepare yourself for the next day, which is Arafah, which is the main day of Hajj. And the Yawm Arafah is the main part of Hajj. Wuquf Arafah is fard. In Hajj there are only 2 fards. One is this Wuquf Arafah, and the other is Tawaf Ifaza. The third one is Ihram. Ihram is prerequisite condition, is before you start. So Ihram can be classed as farz as well, but main farz are these 2. Ihram, and after Ihram 2 farz, Wuquf Arafah and Tawaf Ziyarat. Wuquf Arafah is on the 9th and Tawaf Ziyarat is on the 10th. So now you are on the 8th, which is, let's say, Wednesday. You go to Mina, you stay there, you pray Zohar, Asar, Maghrib, Isha, and the Fajr of Thursday. And after Fajr on Thursday, which is now Yawm Arafah. Now the night before Arafah was very blessed. You have to keep that in mind. Pray some namaz, tahajjud namaz. Maybe Salatul Tasbih if you can. If you are Hafiz, read few siparas, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 siparas in tahajjud if you can. If you can't pray so many siparas, as many as you can. If you are not Hafiz, read Salatul Tasbih at tahajjud time and make du'as to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After Fajr, get ready for going to Arafat. Buses will come, they will take you, and you will get to Arafat maybe 8, 9, 10 o'clock. When you get to Arafat, and what you have to do is get a good place, relax. If you can, relieve yourself from istinja and then have ghusl, shower, then do so. Rasulullah took shower, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in Arafah. So it's masnoon to take shower before, on the day of Ihram, before going for wuquf, before going for Zohar and then wuquf. So if you can take shower, do so. Shower is very easy. All you have to do is you are wearing 2 chadars, take the upper chadar off, and then just stand underneath the shower tap and put water over your body, and your shower is done. In one Hajj, we went to Arafah, and we were the first ones, there was nobody there. So, many of us just sat under the tap outside and just, poured water on our body. And it was so hot that, you don't even need towel. You have a shower, you put your chadar on, by the time you walk till your khema, tent, the clothes are dry. Your body is dry, the clothes are, you feel really cool and relaxed as well. So if you can have shower, it's sunnah. If you can't, just perform wudu, and that's enough. And now you have to get ready before Zawal. After Zawal, as soon as Zawal takes place, you have to perform your Zohar Salat. And if you can go to Masjid Namira, which is the big mosque in Arafat, okay, go over there and pray Zohar and Asr together collectively. There is an Imam who will lead there, Zohar and Asr, and after that he will give khutbah. And the khutbah will be quite lengthy, maybe an hour or so. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to sit there, listen to the khutbah, and after that he will come for wuquf of Arafat near Jabal Rahman. So if you go there, you combine the salats. If you don't go there, if you pray in your own khema, then you don't combine the both salats. You pray them at their own times. Zohar in its time at maybe 1 o'clock, and Asr in its time at maybe 4 o'clock. After Zohar, maybe your group leader will give you something to eat. Take that. If you give you before that, okay. After that, okay. And then busy yourself in tilawat, zikr, tasbihat, ibadat. The special wazifa of the day of Arafat is mentioned in some ahadith by Bayhaqi and some others. 3 things you have to recite. Number 1, Qul Huwallah Sharif 100 times. And 4th kalima, La ilaha illallah wahdahu, La sharika lahu, lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu, yuhyi wa yumiitu biyadihi al-khayr wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir, 100 times. And Durood Ibrahimi 100 times, with the inclusion of wa alayna ma'ahum sometimes. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid wa alayna ma'ahum. And he includes us in this salat and mercy which you shower upon Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Read these 3 wazifas 100 times. Make du'as. If you can read Hizbul Azam, then read complete Hizbul Azam on the day of Arafat. And you after that 4 o'clock, maybe relax before 4 o'clock, Asr time. After Asr, now you have to make dua. Normally what we do is we go into an open area and then we make lengthy dua, maybe 45 minutes to an hour while standing. If you can stand in the heat, okay. If you can't, then under the shade of any trees or under the shade of khema, and make long du'as. This du'a is the main ibadah of the day of Arafah. Ask Allah for forgiveness for yourself, for your families, for your parents, and for your relatives, for your neighbors, and for the Muslims of your locality, for the whole Muslim ummah. Ask for forgiveness and ask for the needs of your personal needs and the collective needs of others as well. And make as long du'as as you can. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it is narrated in Fathul Qadir by Ibn al-Humam rahmatullahi, that Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu says, I saw Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the Maidan of Arafat. He was riding on his camel, because he was sitting on his camel because he wanted people to see him. And his hands were raised to his chest and his head was lowered, and he was pleading to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, kal miskeen al mutadallil, like a miskeen who is humbling himself in front of someone, a pauper who is in dire need, and he was nothing, and he said, please give me, please help me, please help me, please give me this. Rasulullah's state was like that miskeen who is humbling himself, and he was pleading to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So make du'as as much as you can. This is the main ibadat of that day. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that Shaitan has not been seen in a more degrading and humiliating way than he is seen on the day of Arafat. He is so humiliated, degraded, he sobs and he cries his eyes out. And why? Because he sees the mercy of Allah showering upon the people of Maidan of Arafat. Allah boasts to the angels through them. Look at my servants. Why are they here? What do they need from me? And then He tells to the Malaika, bear witness that I have forgiven them all. And Allah forgives and forgives and forgives and wipes out sins. So ask Allah for forgiveness, especially on this day. And do not be despondent and hopeless of the mercy of Allah. Be very, very hopeful of Allah's mercy. Allah can forgive everything He can forgive. And inshallah, Allah will forgive as well. So make du'as. This is the manner of spending the day of Arafat. After, when the day of Arafat comes to a close, before Maghrib time, get ready with istinja, wuzu. You have to go to Muzdalifah now. And buses will arrive. And as soon as sun has set and your group leader calls you out, you have to go. Some go early, some go a bit late. They are going to routines these days. They call out numbers. Group number so and so, group number so and so. So maybe your number, if you are lucky, you might be going with the first ones to go. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Maybe if you are not so lucky, you might have to stay in Arafat until maybe 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Some people have to stay there till midnight as well. But anyway, you have to get to Muzdalifah. And when you are departing, keep busy yourself in du'as, labaiks, durud sharifs. When you get to Muzdalifah, if you can keep your wudu from Arafat, it's better. You will get there in about 10-20 minutes. If you have wudu, the first thing you do when you get there is you have to pray your Maghrib and Isha. Maghrib and Isha, you have to combine them. Over here there are no conditions. In Arafat there was condition, but in Muzdalifah there is no condition. Maghrib and Isha have to be done Jamaat Akhir. To the extent that, if let's say for example, if you were the first ones to get into Muzdalifah and when you arrive there, the Maghrib time is still there, Isha time has not started, then you can't pray Maghrib. Even though it's in its time. You have to pray Maghrib in Isha time, because Rasulullah prayed it that way. So you have to wait until Isha time starts, and then you have to pray Maghrib and Isha combined. Give azan, someone gives azan, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, one azan and 2 iqamats. There are many ways, but this is the more preferred Hanafi way, that one azan and 2 iqamats. First iqamat for Maghrib, and then 3 rakats Maghrib, no sunnats after that. Then second iqamat and Isha. And after Isha, you can pray sunnats, nafil, and then witr, salat, and then after that your namaz is complete.
And farad, 4 farad or 3 witr, that's all.
That's all. But if you want to pray sunnat after Isha, you can pray. After Isha, you can pray. But between Maghrib and Isha, you mustn't pray. After Maghrib, immediately Isha. And after Isha, you relax. You can pray sunnahs and witr, whatever you want. After that, you have to pick the pebbles for jamarat, throwing on shaitan.
And let's be Qaim Muqam namaz, it will still be safar, because not 4 as...
If you are a musafir, then you only have to pray 2. Normally people are musafir, especially going from England, last going and early coming. These people are normally musafirs. So you have to pray qasr over there. Only if you are muqim, then you have to pray full. Like for example, you've been in Makkah for more than 15 days. Let's say on the 25th is Hajj, and you went to Makkah Mukarramah on the 10th or before the 10th, 8th, 9th of November. Then you will be in Makkah for 15, 16, 17 days. So you are muqim in Makkah Mukarramah. Then when you go to Mina, Arafat, Muzdalifah, you have to pray 4. But if you were only in Makkah for 5, 6, 7 days, and then you went to Mina, Arafat, then you are not muqim, you are musafir, because you've left Makkah Mukarramah, you've gone to Mina and Arafat and Muzdalifah, so you are musafir, you only pray 2 rakats. So you pray your Maghrib, you pray your Isha, you pick the pebbles. Pebbles, first day you have to throw only 1 shaitan, and you need 7. So pick 7 for the first day. For the second and third day, you can pick from here, and you can pick from Mina as well. But normally it's easier to find pebbles over here. So people pick from over here. Before, people used to go with torches and look around with torches. But now, alhamdulillah, the Saudi government has provided, massive floodlights, and the whole area is lit. It's like daylight. So you can see everything. So you can pick your pebbles. Try and pick small ones like the size of chickpea. Don't take big stones, because shaitan is disgraced, and he should not be shown any respect by throwing big stones at him. A small stone is enough for you. You don't need big stone. And what is this stoning of shaitan which you have to do tomorrow? It's only a copy of the action of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. When he was taking Ismail alayhi salam for sacrificing, shaitan came in front of him, on his side, on his left, and he tried to distract him. And he said, "Oh Ibrahim, why are you taking your son? Don't sacrifice him. You are Khalilullah, you are a friend of Allah. Ask Allah, Allah will tell you to do something else. He will give you some badal for it, something else in replacement for it. He's your only son, you don't have any other son." So Ibrahim alayhi salam said, "Nah, yaar, tawbah, astaghfirullah. Allah का हुक्म पूरा करने जाने शैतान बीच में आ गया, कंकरी ली और मारी उसको, भागा, he ran away. Then afterwards he came again, and Ibrahim alayhi salam stoned him again, and he came again, and he stoned him again, and after that he disappeared, he never came. So we are only copying this action of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. And there is a lesson in there as well, that shaitan will come in front of us throughout our life, even when we come back home. He will be there in front of us. He will instigate and whisper in our minds silly things. He will make us sin and disobey Allah. So every time you have to confront him, and you have to defeat him, and you have to stone him and throw him away. Don't let him come.
Somebody else can stone on your behalf if you are unable to go.
हाँ, वो स्टोन का मसला मैं आगे बता रहा हूँ. मैं बहुत जल्दी वहां पहुंच गया. अभी इसको निपटा लेते हैं. You are in Muzdalifa. This is the reason for stoning, for which you have to pick stones from here. You have picked 7 stones for the first day. You only have to hit the big shaitan. So there are 3 shaitans, 1, 2, 3. And when you come from Mina, you have to go past the small, you have to go past the medium, you have to go to the last one and pelt him over there. This is on the first day, on Yawmun Nahar. On the second day, you have to do 3 shaitans. So you need 7, 7, 7 is 21. On the third day, 7, 7, 7 is 21. And if you are staying for the 4th day as well, you need the 21 for that. But normally, people don't stay for the 3rd day, only for the 2nd day. So 7, 21, 21, what you need is 49. 49 pebbles. Just take a few extras. 7, 21, and 21. 21, 20, 42, and 7 is 49. And if you're going to stay for a 3rd day, you need 70 pebbles. Take them in a small bag, plastic bag or something. Some people want to wash them in case they are napak or someone did pishab or urine or something. It's allowed, it's not haram, but it's not farz as well. It's not wajib or anything. It's better to stone shaitan with concrete, with his park, because stoning is also a form of ibadah. And you are obeying the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if the stones and the pebbles are parked and clean, it's better. So you stone the shaitan, and for that you have taken the stones and pebbles in Muzdalifa. Now you are in Muzdalifa, spend the night over there. If you can get up for tahajjud, pray a tahajjud salat. Go to, after taking some food, go to sleep, have some rest. It's good to have rest because you are tired. From Arafat you are tired, and tomorrow in Yawmun Nahar you have to do many things. So this night take some rest. Rasulullah himself went to sleep as well. Rasulullah did not even pray tahajjud on this night. Why? Because if he did pray tahajjud, people might have thought that it's wajib, and they would not have been able to do it. So he used to pray throughout the year, but on this night he didn't pray. So if you can pray tahajjud, you pray, Sahabas used to pray, and then perform fajr. After fajr you have to do wuquf in Muzdalifa. For a little bit after Fajr, stay there and do some zikrullah, azkar and du'as. Dua in Muzdalifah is also accepted. If you can go near Mash'arul Haram, okay. Otherwise, wherever you are. And after that, after Shuruq, just before Shuruq, you have to leave Muzdalifah and go to Mina, to your tent. And in Mina, when you get to your tent, have some rest. Today you have to do 4 things. Stone the shaitan, do your qurbani, and shave your head, and tawaf ziyarat. So there is tartib in these 3. Stone the shaitan first, and then do your qurbani, sacrificing animal, and then sacrifice is only upon mutawatti and qarin. On mufrid there is no sacrifice. And then you shave your head or trim your hair, and then you put your clothes on and you go for tawaf ziyarat. And the next 3 days nothing but pelting. Inshallah we will mention this in the next lesson about Arafat, about Yawmun Nahar and Ayyam al-Tashriq, and then inshallah we'll move on to the ziyarat of Madinah Munawwara in the next lesson, and then we'll finish from there. Okay?